this is Snake.
Snake, how's it going?
What?
Cartoon Carl here, back again with another tutorial.
Who is this?
Yeah.
Carl.
Yeah, hey.
VRified Games.
Yeah, so, you've met Ed before? Talking Head? Yeah, when we tried to do the Metal Gear Solid Twin Snakes in VR, well, we made a lot of progress since that last video.
Made some progress, huh?
So yeah,
let's take a look and
without further ado, let's go! Let's see what we got. Okay. Right. So after months of work, we went from this monstrosity to this thing of beauty. With a lot of code and a hell of a lot more patience, we got this done in a couple of months. Alright.
You guys did a butt ton of work, it seems. Good going.
Now, it's still not perfect. There's still a few things we need to iron out. For instance, all the cutscenes are capped at 30 frames a second, whereas the gameplay is capped at 60 frames per second. Now, when you're using VR, you've got to pull it up to 90. Now, where Dolphin struggles is when it switches from 30 frames to 60 frames and back again, you're going to get stutter. You're going to get a lot of stutter, so that is an issue. Cutscenes especially can be quite stuttery if you move your head. That being said, it's not horrible, but it's something to be aware of, and it's something we'll work on.
The Otacon can take a look at this.
Another thing, there is a fuck ton of cameras in the game. So, which means in VR, we've had to disable quite a few of those secondary camera screens that you ordinarily wouldn't see in flat. Now, we've got a majority of them. I'm going to say about 90%. There's still 10% of those pesky little cameras in there that we gotta track down, and we gotta disable. So, tons of work done. I mean, you can see the code there. It's like a Bible, guys. It's huge. It took us months. Now, are we finished? Hell no, not even close. But it's a start, you guys. Much better than where we were a few months ago, if you remember that video. Yeah, so we're all like big fans.
Fuck out the way. Yeah, fuck out the way, Carl. Get the fuck out the way. Fuck out the way. Hey, Snake.
Interesting.
How you doing, baby?
VRified Games. Certainly.
Sorry about that, Snake.
Again.
Dickhead. Dickhead, that's his new name. That's ow.
This time.
Alright, Snake. So, you wanna play Metal Gear Solid, the Twin Snakes in VR? Got you covered, my man.
Yeah, it was a hot mess before. Can't make out anything on the screen. Now it's crystal clear to 4K HD retexture.
Okay. So, we're not too concerned with motion controls in this game, as it is a GameCube title. Therefore, it simplifies things slightly. You can just use the regular DolphinVR.exe. It'll work fine. Alright. Go ahead and open it up. Right click on the game, go to Properties. Edit Config. Alright. Go to the description, copy what I have there, paste it in. That's it. And if you've noticed the length of that damn thing, you'll see the amount of work we've put into this. So, like, comment, and subscribe would be appreciated. Okay, that's it. Next, look on screen. Those are the settings. Copy them exactly for the optimal experience. Alright, go ahead, pause it if you need to. I'll wait. Yep, waiting now. You guys about done? About you, Snake, y'all good? Alright. That's it, you guys. We did the hard work, so you don't have to. Get your headset on and get ready to experience the game. Alright. Enjoy! Okay, so of all the myriad of changes we've had to make to this game, one of the biggest is the first-person mode. Okay, so it's not as straightforward as you might think. It is a toggle, and it's not exactly automatic. So okay, you want to go into first person from third? Here's what you gotta do. You gotta press the top right shoulder button, and then you gotta press up on your right thumbstick. That'll lock you into first-person view.
So I press and hold this shoulder button up on the right thumbstick. That'll get me into first person.
Now, there are some actions that'll take you out of first-person view. So if you crawl, you'll go back into a third-person perspective. If you, say, push a button, climb a ladder, jump over a ledge, that'll also put you into third person. But you just simply toggle and you're back into first. If you want to fire a weapon and you're in first person perspective and you notice, gee, I can't see my weapon. Alright, here's what you do. So you press the first person button as you normally would, top right shoulder button. Now press A to bring up your weapon. If you don't see it, press down or up on the right thumbstick. That will toggle the first person mode off and on, which will get you into the correct weapon view.
If I want to fire my weapon, press A. If I don't see it, press up on the right thumbstick again, huh? Clever.
And again, it's a simple toggle to get back into first person again. Now, all of that being said, yes, you can play the game almost in its entirety in first person. However, you can also play in third person, which is a fantastic way to play because that's how it was originally intended. Alright. One of the biggest annoyances with this conversion is culling codes. Now, ordinarily, there is a brute forcer that you can use to find culling codes. This same brute forcer does not work with this game. It does not. I've tried multiple attempts in different areas. I've scoured the internet. I've even asked the original creator. He didn't answer me, by the way. But from searching Google, from searching in the past, I can see that nobody and their sister has managed to get culling codes for this game. That's not to say I'm going to give up. Where there's a will, there's a way. But as of right now, I haven't found them. So that is a drag. So, okay, what's culling codes? Well, okay. Basically what it means is, due to the GameCube's hardware limitations, it only rendered what was in the camera view. So anything outside the 2D camera view is not rendered. So, as you can see, if I turn my head left or right, the geometry is missing. Now, if I had a culling code, the geometry would be there loaded and it would be fine. As is with most Dolphin games that have been optimized. So that is a little bit of an annoyance in this title. Again, I'm not gonna give up, but it's a pain in the butt.
I'm in
So we did it, my man.
3D, sick stuff.
We got the Metal Gear Solid up in the VR mission for y'all.
VR.
Whew. Sorry about that. Okay, so that's it. That's the tutorial. Now you can play Metal Gear Solid the Twin Snakes in VR in its current state. Still a lot of work to be done, but it's still a lot of fun right now. So go ahead and watch the video. Daigo's gonna be doing some gameplay. That's it. See y'all in game.
Peace out, you guys. VRified Games.
What's up, player? Hey, Ed, the living dead talking head, coming at you live with Daigo and VRified Games. How you doing, Daigo?
Ed, Metal Gear is 35.
Metal who?
Metal Gear, it's 35.
Never met him.
Metal Gear, the game series.
Metal Gear Solid?
Well, yeah, that's included in it.
Oh, cool, yeah.
Yeah, so Metal Gear, it's the brainchild of game guru and all-around mad genius Hideo Kojima. Now, Kojima-san is responsible for some amazing games like Zone of Enders, Death Stranding, very recently, and now I have to admit, I do cry myself to sleep over this occasionally, but the criminally cancelled and hugely popular PT/Silent Hills, the game that never was. It's a damn shame. But we're not here about that.
The nuclear weapons disposal facility on Shadow Moses Island in Alaska's Fox Archipelago was attacked and captured by next-generation special forces being led by members of Foxhound. They are demanding that the government turn over the remains of Big Boss, and they say that if their demands are not met within 24 hours, they'll launch a nuclear weapon. will have 2 mission objectives. First, you're to rescue DARPA Chief Donald Anderson and the President of Armstech, Kenneth Baker. Both are being held as hostages. Secondly, you're to investigate whether or not the terrorists have the ability to make a nuclear strike, and stop them if they do.
What's the insertion method?
We'll approach the disposal facility by sub.
And then?
We'll launch a one-man SDV. After the SDV gets as close as it can, dispose of it. From there on, you'll have to swim. High-tech Special Forces Unit Foxhound, your former unit, and one that I was the commander of.
So they're still around.
There are 6 members of Foxhound involved in this terrorist activity. Psycho Mantis, with his powerful psychic abilities. Sniper Wolf, the beautiful and deadly sharpshooter. Decoy Octopus, master of disguise. Vulcan Raven, giant and shaman. And Revolver Ocelot, specialist in interrogation and a formidable gunfighter. And finally, in charge of them, Foxhound squad leader, Liquid Snake.
Liquid Snake.
The nuclear weapons disposal facility covers the whole island. I'll instruct you by codec after you reach your target.
Anyone going with me?
As always, this is a one-man sneaking mission.
Weapons and equipment OSP.
Yes. This is a top-secret black op. Don't expect any official support.
Today we're here about his magnum opus, the Metal Gear series.
Metal Gear.
Couldn't resist, could you?
Oh,
Yeah, well, this year marks the 35th anniversary of the original release Metal Gear. This series is immense, absolutely immense. I'll attempt to list it in chronological order because it was all made out of sequence. So, okay, it starts with Metal Gear Solid 3, Snake Eater, followed by Metal Gear Solid Portable Ops,
non-canon.
followed by Metal Gear Solid Peace Walker, followed by Metal Gear Solid 5 Ground Zeroes and 5 Phantom Pain.
Oh, yeah.
Then followed up with Metal Gear Survive.
Let's set the bell.
I agree. Let's see. After Metal Gear Survive, then we get to Metal Gear, the game that started it all. Or is it Snake's Revenge?
Non-canon.
Indeed it is. Then we get Metal Gear 2, Solid Snake. And after that, then we get Metal Gear Solid, the game everyone loves.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Okay, and that's followed by Metal Gear Solid Ghost Babel.
Non-canon.
Stay alert. He'll be through here. I know it. I'm going to swat down a couple of bothersome flies.
And Metal Gear Acid, Metal Gear Acid 2.
Non-canon, non-canon.
Yeah. Gee, let's see what. Then we have Metal Gear Solid 2, Sons of Liberty. If I'm not forgetting any, then it's Metal Gear Solid 4, Guns of the Patriots, which is the official end of the series.
Yeah.
And then there was Metal Gear Rising, Revengeance, which came after that.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of Ninja Gaiden-y, it's kind of weird. Don't think it had anything to do with Kojima really, apart from producer.
I don't know.
Okay, well that's the series in a nutshell.
This is Snake. Colonel, can you hear me?
Loud and clear. What's the situation, Snake?
Looks like the elevator in the back is the only way up.
Just as I expected. You'll have to take the elevator to the surface, but make sure nobody sees you. If you need to, contact me by codec. The frequency is 140.85. When you want to use the codec, push the pause button and then the A button. When we need to contact you, the codec will beep. When you hear that noise, press the pause button and then the A button to receive the call. The codec's receiver directly stimulates the small bones of your ear. No one but you will be able to hear it.
Got it. Okay, I'm ready to go.
And yeah, there's been various re-releases throughout the years. Special editions, director's cuts, like Metal Gear Integral, Subsistence, those kind of titles. But today what we're focusing on is Metal Gear Solid: The Twin Snakes. Now, this was the remake for GameCube of Metal Gear Solid. There's a lot of criticism for this game. Now, it's basically Metal Gear Solid on the Metal Gear Solid 2 game engine, so you have all the bells and whistles from that game ported over. I personally love it, but there's a lot of criticism towards the cutscenes. They went full-on Hong Kong action movie, over the top, like to almost ridiculous levels. But, and I'm going to get some nerd cred for this, I know, there is a fan theory that kind of explains that away. Yeah. So, okay, spoilers if you guys haven't played it. If you haven't, why the fuck haven't you? But spoilers for Metal Gear Solid 2. So, the protagonist in Metal Gear Solid 2 is Raiden. Now, it's mentioned during the events of this game that Raiden is heavily trained with VR missions. The number one VR mission that he took part in was a recreation of the Shadow Moses incident. Now, what is the Shadow Moses incident? Well, that's the events of Metal Gear Solid, the original Metal Gear Solid. So, the fan theory is that Metal Gear Solid: The Twin Snakes, the game we're going to be playing today, you are in fact Raiden playing the VR version of Metal Gear Solid. So, although you are controlling Snake, that's actually Raiden. Now, why this theory is cool is it actually explains away the outlandish acrobatics and crazy cyber ninja moves that you see, because that's basically Raiden's MO right there. So, I don't know, that kind of made the game make sense for me. I still love it regardless. So why are we focusing on that game rather than any of the others? Well, simply because it was released on GameCube, which means we can get it in Dolphin, which means we can get it in Dolphin VR, which means we can get it
In VR.
Damn right, Ed. Now, this particular title did not play nice with Dolphin. Did not play nice. It was a horrible experience to get it to where it is now. And it's still nowhere near finished, but because it's the 35th anniversary, I wanted to get it out. Still a lot of work to be done, but man, we've come a long way so far. I just wanted to share what we had. So we do have full, real 3D, 6 degrees of freedom, decoupled head movement, decoupled body. You do have first-person perspective. You know what I'm saying? This is Metal Gear in VR for all intents and purposes. Motion controls. I have looked into getting gestures, like if you've seen our Luigi's Mansion video, using the Nintendo Joy-Cons to get gesture controls. I'm kind of looking into something similar for this. I haven't dabbled with that yet, but maybe for an update. But as of right now, we're just playing with the Xbox controller. So, Cartoon Carl will have had a tutorial up already, so if you guys want to try this for yourselves, absolutely go nuts. Why don't you? Just do it right now. And actually stop this video and just go play the game. That's an order. But before you do that, like, comment, and subscribe, okay? Okay, so I'm going to leave it there. VRified Games out. Damo arigato, Kojima-san.
Thank you, Mr. Kojima, for all your hard work. It's a hell of a series. Damo arigato, Kojima-san.
It's Snake. I'm in front of the disposal facility.
Excellent, Snake. Age hasn't slowed you down one bit.
How's that sneaking suit working out?
I'm nice and dry, but it's a little hard to move.
Bear with it. It's designed to prevent hypothermia. This is Alaska, you know.
Take it easy. I'm grateful. If it weren't for your suit and your shot, I would have turned into a popsicle out there.
An anti-freezing peptide, Snake. All of the genome soldiers in this exercise are using it.
I see. I'm relieved to hear that. Already tested, huh? By the way, how's the diversionary operation going?
2 F-16s just took off from Galena and are headed your way. The terrorist radar should have already picked them up.
A Hind D. Colonel, what's a Russian gunship doing here?
I have no idea, but it looks like our little diversion got their attention. Now's your best chance to slip in unnoticed. There are only 18 hours left until their deadline. You've got to hurry.
Wow, he must be crazy to fly Hind in this kind of weather.
Who's that?
Oh, sorry. I haven't introduced you two yet. This is Mei Ling. She was assigned to us as our visual and data processing specialist. She designed your codec, as well as your Soliton radar system. Contact her if you have any questions about either of them.
Nice to meet you, Snake. It's an honor to speak to a living legend like yourself. What's wrong?
Nothing. I just didn't expect a world-class designer of military technology to be so... cute.
You're just flattering me.
No, I'm serious. Well, I know I won't be bored for the next 18 hours.
What's this? I'm being hit on by the famous Solid Snake? But I'm surprised. I didn't think you'd be so frank.
Looks like we both have a lot to learn about each other.
It does, doesn't it? Well, let's get to know each other better. But first, let me explain about your Soliton radar system. The bright dot in the middle is you, Snake. The red dots are your enemies, and the blue cone shape represents their field of vision.
Be careful, Snake. The genome soldiers have highly developed senses of hearing and vision due to their gene therapy. Make sure you don't let them see you.
First, I want you to infiltrate the disposal site and look for the DARPA chief.
The DARPA chief was injected with the same GPS transmitting nanomachines as you.
He should appear on your radar as a green dot.
Get whatever information you can from him about the terrorists. If he's alive, that is.
Snake, your radar isn't affected by the weather, but if you're discovered by an enemy, you won't be able to use it.
Yes, it gets jammed easily, I'm afraid.
Yes, it's all made from currently existing technology. You won't be able to use it in an area with strong harmonic resonance, so be careful.
We'll be monitoring your movements by radar, so contact us by codec anytime you want.
Got it. I'll call if I'm feeling lonely.
Seriously, Snake. We're here to back you up, so call if you need some information or advice.
I'm also in charge of your mission data. Contact me if you want me to save your current status. My frequency is 140.96. It's a dedicated frequency for saving data. Don't forget it.
Remember, except for your binoculars, you need to arm yourself with whatever weapons you can find.
I remember. First I'm strip searched by Dr. Naomi here, and then all my weapons are taken away. Imagine yourself put in that position.
Well, if you make it back in one piece, maybe I'll let you do a strip search on me.
I'll hold you to that, Doctor. By the way, sorry to disappoint you, but I did manage to smuggle out my smokes.
How did you do that?
In my stomach. Thanks to the shot you gave me that suppressed my stomach acids.
Cigarettes? How are those going to help you?
You never know.
If you want to get in, there's the front door. It's the fastest way, but there's too much risk of being spotted by the enemy.
Yeah, I can't just knock on the door and ask them to let me in.
What about the air duct near the door?
One sentry on the left, and one on the right. They're armed with 5.56ers and pineapples.
There should also be a duct on the second floor.
I can't see it from here.
I'll let you decide the best COA. I'm counting on you, Snake.
Watch your back. Send a replacement guard for the area.
Snake. This is McDonald Miller. It's been a long time.
Master, what are you doing here?
I quit being a boot camp instructor, so I moved out here for some peace and quiet. I'm in retirement, just like you. Once in a while, I still help train the Alaskan Scouts.
Passing on the skills to a new generation, huh?
Campbell told me about the situation here. I thought I might be of some use.
There's no one I'd rather have in a foxhole than you.
Well, I know lots about survival in a harsh environment. I've lived in Alaska longer than you. So call me if you have any questions about the flora or fauna out here. My frequency is 141.80.
I moved the DARPA chief to the cell in the first floor basement.
What about the vent shaft cleaning?
Oh, they just opened the vent covers. They're about to start spraying for rats.
First floor basement ventilation shaft.
Shut those covers as soon as they're done spraying. Also, keep your eye on that woman in the cell. Don't get careless now.
Woman in the cell?
Did something happen?
There's an intruder.
Really?
He's already done 3 people.
He's killed 3 people?
Yeah, and they say he's using stealth, too.
Stealth? There's an intruder besides me?
Anyway, I want you to increase the security detail on the chief.
Press the action button to drop down.
Look at the radar! It's picking up the DARPA chief! He's the green dot! Hurry and rescue him!
Snake, if you want to go up or down a ladder, just press the action button by the ladder. Approach the ladder and press the action button to climb it.
Kinda damn cold. I hate Alaska. Boy, oh boy. That woman is built all right.
A woman. Not him. Huh?
Who's that?
I'm here to save you. You're the DARPA chief, Donald Anderson, right?
You here to save me, huh? What's your outfit?
I'm the pawn they sent in here to save your worthless butt.
Really? It's true. You don't look like one of them. In that case, hurry up and get me out of here.
Slow down. Don't worry. First, I want some information about the terrorists.
The terrorists?
Do they really have the ability to launch a nuke?
What are you talking about?
The terrorists are threatening the White House. They say if they don't accede to their demands, they'll launch a nuclear weapon.
Sweet Jesus.
Is it possible?
It's possible. They could launch a nuke.
How do they plan to launch? I thought this place was just for the keeping of dismantled warheads. They shouldn't have access to a missile.
That's the official story. Got it? We were conducting exercises with a new type of experimental weapon. A truly historical weapon.
What?
A weapon with the ability to launch a nuclear attack from any place on the face of the Earth. A nuclear-equipped walking battle tank.
Metal Gear. It can't be.
You knew? Metal Gear is one of the most secret black projects. How did you know that?
We've had a couple of run-ins in the past. So that's the reason you were here at this disposal site?
Why else would I come to a godforsaken place like this?
I had heard that the Metal Gear project was scrapped.
On the contrary, it's grown into a huge joint project between ArmsTech and ourselves. We were going to use this exercise as raw data, and then proceed to mass production. If it hadn't been for the revolution.
Revolution?
Rex has fallen into the hands of terrorists.
Rex?
Metal Gear Rex, the code name for the new Metal Gear prototype. They're probably already finished arming the warhead they plan to use with Rex. These guys are pros. They're all experienced in handling and equipping nuclear weapons.
Hey! Shut up in there, will ya?
But I thought that all nuclear warheads were equipped with safety measures. Some kind of detonation code that you have to input.
Oh, you mean PAL. Yes, of course. There is a PAL. It's set up so that you need to input 2 different passwords in order to launch the device.
There are 2 passwords?
Yes. Baker knows one, and I know one.
Baker, the president of ArmsTech?
That's right. Each of us needs to input our password, or there can be no launch. But... they found out my password.
You talked?
Psycho Mantis can read people's minds. You can't resist.
Psycho Mantis?
One of the members of Foxhound. He has psychic powers.
This is bad.
It's just a matter of time before they get Baker's too.
If they find out Baker's password...
Yes. They'll be able to launch a nuke anytime. But there is a way to stop the launch.
What?
The card keys.
Card keys?
They were designed by ArmsTech, the system developers, as an emergency override. Even without the passwords, you can just insert the card keys and engage the safety lock.
And if I do that?
Yes, you can stop the launch.
That card key.
So where are the card keys?
Baker should have them. Listen, you need 3 card keys. There are 3 different slots to put them in. You need to insert a card into each one of them.
Okay, 3 card keys. Do you know where they might be keeping Baker?
Somewhere in the 2nd floor basement.
2nd floor basement?
I heard the guards say they moved him into an area that has a lot of electronic jamming.
Any other clues?
Yes. They cemented over the entrances, but didn't have enough time to paint them. Why don't you look for the areas where the walls are a different color? Here, take this. It's my ID card. It'll open any level 1 security door. It's called a PAN card. It works together with your body's own electrical field.
Personal area network, huh?
It transmits data using the salts in your body as a transmission medium. As you approach the door's security devices, they'll read the data stored in the card.
And the doors will open automatically. Gotcha. Okay, I'm gonna get you out of here.
Wait a minute.
What is it?
You haven't heard any other way to disarm the PAL, have you? From your bosses or anyone?
No.
Are you sure you haven't heard anything?
I just said no.
So, does the White House plan to give in to the terrorists' demands?
That's their problem. It has nothing to do with my orders.
But what about the Pentagon?
Pentagon? What is it?
Huh? What's that? Hey! What happened?
Huh. Dead. Naomi, the chief, what happened?
I don't know. It looked like a heart attack, but...
A heart attack? No!
Colonel, are you hiding something from me?
Absolutely not, Snake. You've got to understand. This counter-terrorist op is security level red. You'll need the highest security clearance to learn the real story.
You want me to believe that you're in charge of this op, but you don't have complete access to the file?
I told you. The Secretary of Defense is in operational control. I'm just here as your support. Snake, we don't have time to debate. Get out of there and find President Baker.